All right, Grand Rising, everyone. It's Shay Seeking, and I'm back with another video. So I'm sitting here chilling, and I was just thinking about something. I was thinking about this why increase. Hold on one second. I want to get one more thing. Hold on. Okay, let's see. I want to get. Oh, that's the word. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back to this. So let's just do it like this. Tanner. Okay. Okay. So, all right. I think I can take this one, and then we can go back to where we was at. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna read this real quick because I'm going back to this Benjamin Franklin energy here. Mm. Even though I'm looking at this in a sense, right? Because I'm thinking that when it comes to this Rasha energy, she reminds me of Franklin. But when we say it's all about the Benjamins, we talk about money, right? But this is something that's supposedly said by Benjamin Franklin or somebody in some meeting, okay? Because they asked something I read said that they were wondering if this is what he said or somebody else said, but this was in some writings that had something to do with him. It's saying that these are remarks made to him. It's not actually what he said. I mean, you know, I like to reiterate a little. I just got to look at it a little bit. The post attributes the following remarks to Franklin. So this is saying that somebody was saying this to him. When it says, why increase the sons of Africa? Okay. Now, I am looking at this in a, because these people think they smart playing with words where we won't understand. It's like somebody don't want you to understand or understand. But, you know, this is about placement. This is about it's not really about race, but it has to be because they created races. So there's no other way that we're going to talk about something like this without bringing up race. Okay. I mean, no matter if it's 100 years, 1,000 years, or today, it would be ridiculous for Americans to allow people that are representing or always talking about Africa this, Africa that, to come over here and try to move Americans that know that they from here, from this place, or try to overthrow them, overtake them, or run them in any way. Especially after all the work we did. But see, a lot of these Africans were planted amongst these people to talk about this. We not all from Africa now. During the indigenous time, it was saying that it was very few that was brought over here, but I would have to beg to differ because now I'm seeing that the way that they planted these people here, like unpacking them, is to get us to admit that there was not that many Africans, so that all these people will be looked at as Americans now. You know what I'm saying? If we continue with that one piece of information that says, and we repeat it over and over again, that there was only 250,000 or so really brought over here, or less than 300,000. Well, now that I'm seeing what they're doing right now in the now, do you see what I'm saying? And that some of these people were planted over here from Africa to run this whole thing so that they would have a stake here. Not really mentioning that there's only a really preserved small amount of these American Indians that was so-called black that was already here prior to colonization. Do you see what I'm saying? And it leaves people like me that's from those lines to be battling for my life. Not only did they plant them here in slavery, not only did they plant them here when Obama was in, and all these other people or whatever, and let them, we kind of snuck some in or something during some of these reigns here. But I'm looking at it as though, like, when some of us chosen ones were born in maybe like the 80s and stuff like that, the ones that was coming to change the future. They planted them in our families. Do you get what I'm saying? They planted something in the likeness of these gods or these people from these bloodlines in the bloodlines. So now that I'm looking at some of the family members, they have more African traits in many families, not just mine. So when it says why increase the sons of Africa, and me even looking at this, where I was just reading a little piece of an article where in 2019 they started to send unruly so-called black children back to Africa to teach them some kind of tradition or culture or teach them a lesson to punish them. Okay, I don't know who I put the article up if you want to read it. I don't know who these people are, but that I don't know if it's true. I just put it up there on my Facebook page. But this could be some of us that was in a enlightenment that God put us in, like in a Godhead or a Most High energy. And these people have done things physically, mentally, emotionally, and we're using war tactics to bring us back down to a lower vibrating, not so much thinking, maybe just worry about the money and the bitches and the wealth and stuff that we feel like we're getting from God. But a lot of people are getting this from stealing from you right up under your nose because of the lack of knowledge. Now, everybody else could be filled in. I might be the last one that's not. I'm not saying, I'm just, this is how we putting it. So, Africa or Egypt or, Kemet or land of the black or Africa or Egypt meaning slavery or something like this. This could also be putting people back in a slave mindset, getting money and being flashy with it, stuff like this or whatever. Okay. But this is kind of like this is a small little quote. Okay. But we just going to try to break it down in many different ways. Because I feel like the forefathers, not only the so-called Caucasian men that's on Mount Rushmore, but the ancestors, the pure ones or the white ones that were already here, the that would be in some writings they'll call them the white Indians, but they were dark skinned. Okay, but it was a sense of purity or being pure blooded or something like this, right? So it's saying, why increase the sons of Africa by planting them in America? Now, this made me think about this in different ways too. It made me think, okay, okay. So these could be seamen or seafarers or overseers that were coming here working with the so-called Caucasian men on the plantation. Some of them could have been the ones on the horses. It wasn't always white men watching to see what the slaves were doing. You know, because I would think that the African slaves wouldn't know where to run if they were going to run. But American Indians would know the land by the back of their hand. So this is making me think they were planting them in areas, okay? Like I think some Chatty and some other people or whatever were brought and planted in like the not the Southwest, but in the West somewhere. Okay. And they were given jobs at meat factories and stuff like that. I think when we were having that meat shortage and stuff like this I saw something like this on the news. They had a big old nice house, nice cars and everything, and they was brought in from Africa and they were working at these meat factories. Now, this could have been a little bit before or after COVID, is whenever they were talking about something about a meat shortage or why did they kill all them cows over there. But again, these cows could have been representing something else or some type of people. You get what I'm saying? Cleansing or ethnic cleansing. Okay. This could also mean that all this times American womb since 17, what this quote comes from a 1751 essay. So ever since then, they could have been bringing African men over here or seed over here and planting them in American wombs and killing off our children. So just like we were talking about that kind of thing that I keep on bringing up about the apple snail. Okay. Um and killing the eggs when you see them, or else they might take over. But this is them. It really is making me think spiritually that they're talking about people like me, create my seed, okay, that will have a great, very strong tie to this land, and they will have a claim on this land, right? So if these people have been using these witches or these Haitian, all different voodoo priestess and stuff like this, and these people that would know about working with the womb, or they get these jobs as nurses and stuff, and they go into the underworld or they do whatever they do. This means that at some point in time, like they could have been doing womb magic or swapping out these babies the whole time, right? Um, if some of these masculines has been duplicated, like I was reading something about the I was looking at because it's gonna say the tawny, but also tawny can mean tan or tan This is another family. This is another name that's attached to the family. And I noticed on their crest they have three heads that look exactly alike. So these they could be using this formula that these people use to or these aliens or these entities to multiply those particular, because if I look at their features, well, I used to go to school with one of the Tanners, but I didn't meet all the Tanners in the family. They do have another significant different type of phenotype here, but it makes me think that if they were talking about cloning, if they could clone one from Africa, Asia, and America, do you get what I'm saying? But the brands, like I even look at one of my divine masculines, I feel like that's what they did with him. Okay. Um, Now they could have been bringing the one that's anchored with Africa to plant children in some of our wombs, and then us end up either raising these children, or again at some point in time they take our children and replace them with the child that's in the likeness. So again, splicing, or in some laboratory splicing children off of your children or whatever, your originals, right? With mixing them with these different breeds or whatever. Um it's just making me think that they were making, again, when we're talking about the Gullah Geechee energy on the coast over there in the Carolinas, where my family is allegedly from. You know, like I said, one of these islands over there is named after my grandmother, but I told you with those families or whatever, I had seen an image of a woman. It kind of reminded me of this, my aunt Ann or whatever. But I feel like she came and moved up here too from the Carolinas. I think she lived up here too, and she passed away back in the 90s or early 2000s or something like this. I can't remember. But I thought I seen an image of her, on a farmland with a man that looked African. Okay, so this is what I'm I'm trying to word this some kind of way. It's like this has been a tradition here to get the African man into those particular women that and these were warrior-esque, very powerful Spartan in Spartanburg, Carolina. That's where they mainly from. So these were very warrior-esque, or they had like their own little military, or these were hard people to fight or battle. These could be even leftover people from Mesopotamia, shit like this. Okay, because I feel like that's where it really is. All right, so I'm just thinking. So that's what people been doing. They've been using our American wombs, or the most solid American wombs, to plant African children in them, or Africa in them. So that could mean, like I said, they were planting them across the nation in positions of power, doctors, lawyers, things like this, like Crump and them. They was planting these people like this, but they could also been planting African seed in the American womb, and also letting these people have plural families, or splicing them, where not only would it stop there, they would splice this person with somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. And these people don't care. They don't care about this because it was growth for this particular people in America, and the reduction of the true American blood. So, which make me think even a little bit that there's some truth to this whole thing, about that you're not gonna really find no readings on it. That when they was burning these people, or putting these, it was like a warning or whatever, like America is the white man's. Now you would think just because they was white, and the way that they show us the KKK, that this was just talking about that. But I really, it's something in my core that just keeps telling me, and there's some ancestors that said, wait a minute, They was protecting. I'm telling you, these people knew they niggers, and they was protecting them from whoever these people are that was coming to feast on them or swap their bloodlines out, because that's money. That's money to these people. Do you see what I'm saying? That's money. That's heraldry. That is, it's like a claim to the land. So what you find out, oh well, these are African children. They don't have no power here. What the hell? Wait a minute. But they, Lucy had these kids. She was one of the niggers that we found here. And come to find out that that was not so. This could be also how some people could have lost things, land, resources. DNA testing came along. Oh well, actually, you know what I'm saying? These are not American seed, right? So they were doing this. They were asking why do that, okay? And it says where we have so fair an opportunity. So I don't know. Again, we don't know who this is that said this to Franklin, but it's been quoted. Okay, I'm pretty sure we could find out, but I'm not doing all that right now. Um, it says by excluding, and then it says we have such a fair opportunity. Now it does say by excluding all blacks. Okay, we don't know, and we would have to go back to 1751 to see what they were considering to be black in images, in writings, in the dictionary. I mean, or in etymology and things like this. Okay, so it says this is a question though. Okay, this is not a comment. This is a question here. It's almost like that's a comma right there, but what is that what that is? Okay. It seemed like actually it should be a period, and I'm not even really good with quotation. Okay. I mean with punctuation, my fault. I'm not really good with punctuation, but it's asking a question by excluding all blacks and tawnies of increasing the lovely white and red. It's like and it's question mark here with a quotation mark. So this is a quote. So somebody was questioning this. Like, why increase them by planting them in America where we have so fair opportunity? It should be maybe a period here. I don't know. Okay. But it says by excluding all blacks and tawnies of increasing the lovely white and red. Now this kind of is a tricky part here because I just read it one way and I'm like, and then now I just read it again, it came out a different way. Okay. Because it's saying it's almost like it's somebody saying excluding all the blacks and tawnies of or from increasing the lovely white and red. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you could read that and say, yeah, we should do this by excluding all the blacks and tawnies and increasing the lovely white and red. But it's kind of like saying excluding the blacks and tawnies when they're the ones that's creating the white and red. It's kind of like, it depends on how you want to read it. Okay. It depends on how you want to read it. But who would have known that, like when Martin Luther King said his speech about what they were doing, bringing the Irish and bringing these other people over here to farm the land, sending them to school and paying for them to go to school to do this with the land, and then paying them to go to school and paying them to farm the land and paying that they didn't want to do with certain people that was already here. I don't know if these people caught on to what Africans or other foreigners were trying to do. And that's why they said why see, because there's a twist to King's writings. I mean, I have to say, because he gives me Genghis Khan energy. Okay. But I have, like I said, I don't refute any of this because, like I said, I have images where I look just like that man. He got the phenotype of the people in my family, period. The cheeks, the jawline is the same, the smaller head at the top. So, you know what I'm saying? I would not deny anything that could be connected to me. But I'm thinking, what if we would have known today that this what was going on here, that it wasn't the so-called white man that we had to worry about all the time. That's why I said about us using that kind of concept all the time. The white man. I'm not saying that the Caucasians didn't do nothing wrong. What I'm saying is, if you only talk about the one portion of somebody that did wrong and not dig deeper to find other people like yourself or that look like yourself that did wrong, then we're gonna always be focusing on those people, and you're never gonna be focusing on the other people because you think about it. Now in most so-called black neighborhoods, like I said, the numbers is there that most people, black people in the ghetto or certain neighborhoods lose their life at the hands of other people that look like them. And we don't make such a fuss about it most of the time. And you don't, when the people come around asking who did it, a lot of times if they scared of a drug lord or something in that area, they're not going to open up their mouth. They don't want to be snitches. They don't want to be rats. Well, I don't get that. And so motherfuckers get mad at me, but it's just common sense to me. But as soon as, like I said, a cop do it and they want us to get upset about it and show it in TV, that's what you do. Exactly what they want you to do. And so, it turns into a big old thing. People be in their emotions. That's how I know a lot of people ain't healed. And a lot of this is propaganda. And a lot of this was done to drive a wedge between the people that should have looked at each other and worked with each other because, you didn't see the snakes that was going through the garden. It's something like this. And people gonna say, "Oh, well, that's oh, people are working together. They're making money. They're doing this and that." No, but there's still an element here that you missing out on because when Jesus came or Christ came, it was probably not gonna be none left. So, whatever we've been going through with Katrina and COVID and all this stuff, how do you know that a lot of these people in this area that was affected or taken away from here, and we never really knew what happened to a lot of these people? Again, we're not the originals that were here to make room for more foreigners. Someone like wife swapping or trading places, right? Like those other people that went to Sierra Leone and the other place. There's two places that people went to after they got freedom papers. But it would be so silly if you was actually American. If you're a thoroughbred, it's no paperwork that can really because it can be altered anyways. That can really detect that it's in your blood. Cause like even that thing, like somebody's showed a house that they built in Ghana or something, and they were like, "Oh, I'm never going back" or whatever. And it's just like, but you just remove yourself from your veins or something like I guess when your children ask what you did when you realized what was going on, you just packed up your stuff and you went to the land that people fooled you to think you came from. I mean, if you were full-blooded American energy or you come from these bloodlines, you just packed up your stuff because somebody said that, you just left. Like, ew, I don't know. I just, um, but I definitely feel like some people have been deported or taken out or convinced to leave or that welcome back to Africa programs that they got popping up over in Africa and everything allegedly. A lot of people some people could have failed for that. There has to be some low vibrating. There gonna have to be some other things that's going on. Excuse me, across the land for people that's tied to this land like that to even think about, doing that. Maybe people are being deported or taken out of here not by choice. Maybe these Africans are very intelligent after 3 generations or 4 generations of being over here or 400 years. This was a part of their plan the whole time, working with the higher ups and I'm about to say hierophants um, to do such a thing. It's almost with the images that we get on on in the public or in books and reading and on the little commercials and stuff is that people will, go out of their way to give to Africans before they give to so-called African Americans right here in America. We don't have to go that far to go and give. A lot of these people could have gave right here. Um, I don't know. I just be thinking about stuff a little bit different. So there's something going on because Jesus flipping over the tables and was very angry, and it's giving me that Sealy energy because one of those words that I looked up and I put up within the past week or so, I was shocked to see that word. It was something else, but the word Sealy came up. Okay. In one of those definitions, and it kind of shocked me a little bit, like, whoa, that's kind of like strange to see that there. But you know, it gave me that when she said, "My children is in Africa," and then what people be saying is helpful. If you found out the children are more bred from African portion of fathers that is still here, but they took your children that was born by the American version of that father or that same man or a different man and planted them in Africa, and somebody wants you to chase after these children over to Africa, that's the only way they will probably be able to get you to go there is by planting your originals there, getting to the father first, saying he can have all these wives or something like this and everything, and he just like, well, I'm just gonna take my kids and I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing how foolish it looked. Somebody could have thought that could be earlier what we pulled where it said it was a worth the wait, but then it said that it really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And I said, what is it? Somebody getting to all the money, leaving a wife behind or something like this, and then getting to the money, changing her nationality to African and giving her real nationality to a African bitch like Janice, and then acting like I'm fucking crazy when I know what God is telling me, when I know what the spirit is telling me. You understand what I'm saying? And then leaving somebody with the child wouldn't even have no with some of these situations I'm hearing that the child this is either what somebody thinking or they did because I read minds too. And then swap out the child too and leave the child with the African version of the mother. Okay, I mean with the African mother, African more African blood in them because some of these grandmothers and stuff that we had were already planted or replanted in the 80s and stuff like this or a little bit later. And these are the African versions of these mothers and stuff like this. And so they're already starting to swap. The last thing they need you to do is think that a twin flame is coming to pick you up or want to take you on a vacation when you never even seen the motherfucker. I mean, it just sounds like it. That's why I don't talk about stuff like that. No, I don't talk about that stuff like that often unless I'm like, oh, it seems like somebody want to travel with you, but take you. It's not like I'm on here selling no wolf tickets about no damn twin flames and saying somebody want to travel with you. Somebody want to travel. It's a lot of people that use that all the time. I told y'all a long time ago, pay attention to shit like that because this kind of trafficking we talking about ain't looking like what you thought it was looking like. Hmm. So there's no news articles, there's no reading I've been doing. This is just something that just has been put on my heart just to say. But it's like, it's like I feel like in the ones that's real, they put you through so much shit that you got to worry about. You got to fight off spirits and energies and voodoo from these motherfuckers from different countries and shit, bringing that over here every day that you can't even focus on what could be going on with your people. And then the people think that but the people left behind, they glad that you were supposed to get some glory, but they crabs in the barrel. So they glad that you don't know exactly what's going on. They think they snickering and shit behind the scenes, laughing at you when the whole time you was the only one that was probably going to be able to open up their minds in a different direction. Somebody is leading them deeper to the black hole or getting them to believe in this other shit. It's not like saying, oh, Jesus, when I say ain't no other savior, it's like so many people could be going in one direction. somebody got to say, wait a minute, something don't seem right. Um, like I said today, with the wheat disappearing at the feet, something don't feel right, something don't seem right. Something is, separating the wheat from the tare. Somebody's just taking the whole damn everything and just getting rid of it. So when I was in the shower, I was just, because I be singing and stuff like this and making up little stuff I be saying or whatever. And there was anger, and I'm like, where did I feel? I was feeling so good a minute ago. I went and got my nails done. I'm like, oh, my feet done. I feel so good. I feel so free. And and I was feeling decent or whatever. And then when I got in the shower, and as soon as the water start, because I feel like I change a little bit in the water. Okay. Um, I do like water, but you know what I'm saying, not large bodies of water, but you know. And then I was saying something, and I'm like, oh, I was so angry. And Taurus came in there, and I think he said something to me, and I, I kind of like flipped out a little bit. I'm like, yeah, if this is what y'all doing behind my back, you know what I'm saying? This the whoop, the whoop, whoop. And I'm thinking, what was this so about? Why I got so angry like that real quick and said those things. And then when I came back down here, that verse kept showing up that Jesus was mad. He was angry. And he whipped those people with a whip. The whip could be the tongue, you know what I'm saying? A sharp mouth or something like this. It could have also been the whip. And he lifted over those tables and said, when he found out they were selling doves. Now, I did a video on this a long time ago. My memory is not that good, like I said, when it comes to these things. So I'm not going to go deep into it, but I think we did come into that, could be talking about trafficking in a sense. Somebody could be reducing you from like an American eagle or some kind of American bird to just like any old pigeon or any old kind of like like a dove or whatever. Okay. And this made me think about the sign of the dove church, that damn church that my grandma used to go to with the James family. It made me think about the church that my cousin who used to take me. I mean, that my play sister and them, my dad's girlfriend, her kids we used to go with. I think her mama used to, their grandma used to come all the way from Zion, I think, to go to a church that was right behind my grandma's house. And then I started thinking about some of the cults or something, or the secret shit that might have been going on in the basements or the behind the scenes with some of these churches, of some of these families that wanted to be in on top and get rid of certain of these families that have more of a stronger hold or tied to the land or claim over the land. It's kind of like a bullying element a little bit. Also to have somebody to rape and pillage your mind, take the information and use it, and then try to use it against you, or build some kind of fortified thing so that you can't get back to your own information that God blessed you with, to have to protect yourself and your people in this land. They wanted somebody else to look like they're the protector, and these are the wolves in sheep's clothing. So, you know, but of course, if they had their foot on my neck for the past 3 years, keeping my channel down, I don't have as much a reach as these other people do. And there's many more of them than me. This is like somebody taking your personal life and trying to turn it into a laughing stock, taking these people thinking that they doing something when they, like, what are you doing? If the only reason why you could laugh about this is because you are African too. You somebody that's a foreigner here. So if, like I said, if it was my turn to change, I would send every motherfucking one of them back to fucking Africa today. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody that's joined to some organization or something that's going against the sun, this is why God, I'm telling you, God said it and Jesus said it too. You could kill them all, they ain't mine. But somebody didn't listen back then. Somebody ain't listening now. The country is already a third world country to a certain extent. And these would be the people, I think it was either the Jews or the Jewish, one of these groups of people was the ones that was giving Jesus the most hardest time to be legit or be, sat in a place of authority or something like this. So you have to think about these things like this and how people been able to get over with this goofy ass shit for so long. That, you don't think that these revolts against the Bible or forget about church, forget about God, where was God, you know, um, Forget about that Bible. You need to burn that Bible. You don't think that this shouldn't happen over and over again. But see, they're getting strong. Do you see what I'm saying? While you getting weaker and you just going with the flow, like, yeah, they saying we should do this now instead of using your intuition, fixing yourself from when it comes to this trauma that got people to be in their emotions instead of thinking, man. A lot of times we don't think. We let shit get to us as soon as it hits you. We don't think. And so I don't know. I was just thinking about all this stuff. And who would have thunk it? I feel like these people are already renaming land masses, everything. They're already changing shit here. And it's like you couldn't even do that over in the land you was in. You only reason why you able to do that here is being a third party or latching on to something that already got a solid foundation and then swapping out the energy or swapping out the information or putting on somebody else's coat or putting on somebody else's cloak and walking around like this is yours. You understand what I'm saying? And it's fools signing up to this shit because it looked like money over there. You understand? I wouldn't even understand how a motherfucker would have a wife and be all in love with you. Oh, I always been happy with you. What's going on? Everything like this, and then you know what I'm saying. That shit is trippy. And then somebody like they brainwashed or something like this. So that you would sit there next to a bitch that's stealing your wife that you love dearly or something, whole fucking identity, and you gonna try to act like your wife is the fucking liar. Or she don't know what she talking about. When you got a whole goddess compared to a ghoul. You, do you understand what I'm saying? This shit don't make no sense, and it never will. But there's an old soul here that been here through all this shit and can read and smell. And you could try to get in my brain. You could try to do brain damage as you want to, but my soul is too attached to this land and it's too motherfucking old for you to try to completely fool me. This is some shit that you don't get on no documentation. You ain't gonna get this shit out no book. And we ain't even gonna go that deep. It's just jewels that's being dropped. That's it. This is more about mind control. This is about psychology, reverse psychology, all that shit. I don't know. It's weird to me. But you also know one of the mountains was holy to God and can't nobody move it but God. But God could have also let a whole bunch of shit grow around that mountain, do stuff to that mountain, carve their name into that mountain, do this, and that. But can't nobody move it but God. So of course you're gonna have people come around acting like they God or the Lord, or somebody's gonna try to place somebody around you that ain't even holy or ain't even chosen, that could even be an atheist or hate God, and give them that position because they hate you or they hate God. And if they hate God, then they hate you, or they hate that something that's in you or that light or something that's in you. So you know what I'm saying? Whether this person is living with you or outside of the house or something like this, you know. mm Cause I couldn't even see my man looking at another bitch and be like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean, but my wife or my girl would look better with her own money, bitch, than you. Like you know what I'm saying? I couldn't see a real nigga. You understand? Stand for no shit like that, or real people in general. I couldn't see for it. Now I know that some of these people have work to do. Some of these people are laid up, sitting up with these people, but God got them there. Mhm. Just like they placed them in your life, God placed some of these motherfuckers in their life. Why they thinking they was stealing your man? God already knew what the fuck they was going. So I'm just waiting to see what happened. I don't know. I don't. There's nothing else. It's enough said. There's nothing else to. It's nothing else to say. These people, somebody's light irritates these people's demons so bad. Some of these people could be that have these demon attachments could be your mama, your daughter, your children. It's something that's is. If you really think about this shit, man. mm, It ain't no hostile. I mean, it is kind of hostile because I think the way that they think and what they do and what they plan on people behind their back is hostile. But it don't show off that way in the public. These people know how to keep their composure. These could be also these could be a certain type of grays or some other type of energies. I mean, and they made you think, oh, the reptilians, but shit, the reptilians could have motherfuckers been the people that was eating up some of them motherfuckers that you did. See, that's what I'm saying. You gotta worry anytime somebody put the main thing up. That's just the fall guy, anyways. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't even the real enemy. Mm. Even when it goes to this, me just cutting motherfuckers left and right, but God gonna do. I'm just pointing them out. The cross is just for you to get examined. God, I think this person need to be examined. You ask me to name them or show you them or say what they are: a thief, a liar, a manipulator, a child molester, a goat, a cat, whatever this is, an African, a Cuban. You ask me to look at these people and tell you what you think now. So, I mean, you're going to be able to verify it, but I'm just saying. I mean, you ask me what I think. Hmm. I feel like somebody trying to Cain and Abel this though, when it's really Jesus just mad because of the things that he's picking up, maybe not even able to analyze it all because there's no disciples, there's no nothing in Jesus's face or Christ's face, not this time. If they is, they at the wrong motherfucking table. Some of these people may know that. Or maybe they're at the right table. They ain't in your face, they're at the right table because God needed them to sit somewhere else. They might be in. You might question their loyalty. That's why a lot of people in tarot community. I can't be around no motherfuckers that been around. Well, you don't know what God could have put this person around them to be a sponge for him. They could even be over there like, oh, I can't stand her. Yeah, let's take this bitch down, and really feel like that's what they want to happen, or they just fronting, or that's what they really want to happen, and that's just not going what's going to happen because they're not God. I don't even know if the so-called other men or white men or whoever this was that they was talking to would have known how far this goes. That's where some of us were supposed to step in. That's why you heard people a couple years, we don't need no leader. We about to be the leader, but everybody can't be the leader. It just ain't possible. It's just not possible. It's not ever going to be possible for just everybody to be the leader. Nobody's saying that you couldn't form nothing that's functional, but eventually things are going to start happening where it's going to start collapsing. If you even think about the pyramid with the triangle, there's more people, or the caste system, there's more people at the bottom than are at the top. At some point in time, the weight of what's going, if say these people wanted to take, if I'm the pharaoh, because with the Egyptian caste system is slightly different. The pharaoh's up there by himself. Everybody else is beneath him. But all of the slaves in the modern day, I mean, in the regular commoner, peasants, and servants, and the dark people or Dalip, they're all on the same level. So if you think about lifting that up and tipping it upside down, there's so much weight at the top. Eventually, everything gonna fall. It's probably gonna crush the head, okay? But something is gonna bruise the tail. Mhm. And it's gonna be their own self or their own greed or something like this. Because we know some dark skinned cultures are more greedy, more selfish, more um we like to think that so-called because you black, you can't be harmful to yourself or other people or other groups of people. You can't be prejudiced, you can't be this, you can't be that, you can't be harmful, you can't be hostile. But a lot of us that grew up here and didn't know nothing else but this or this, lower uh, level learning. We wasn't put on to what they was planning to do in the future because they wasn't planning on having you being a part of it. You know, this is what I'm talking about. Some kind of group or something that was built that had other plans than the Christ being the one to sit on the throne and pick who go there. These are the people that did so much wrong. They're afraid, so they just couldn't do nothing else but try to just overthrow the Christ or just, be more powerful or become more. This is what you're talking about with Armageddon in in the battle with these people to battle up against the God with Michael and his angels. And it's so funny because people be going around, oh, this could be Michael this, Michael that, but it could be just Michael or that or Michael this or Michael fucking Jackson or one version of him. I don't know. Because somebody would be okay if you talking this or you talking on this level, but if you talking on a level where you might seem higher than them, this is when somebody gonna be pissed off. These is people that already had their chance when they was allegedly living, but they chose to cross over and come back into for this day. For what? I don't know. They could have been fighting for or with the Christ or something, and then they changed their mind. But something is off. Somebody want to say, no, you was just imagining that, man. We was all just battling for you in the back. And some people can't wait to just be like, yeah, we did it. We cut your ass off, and there ain't nothing else you could say. But you ain't never gonna have me panicking, cause guess what? No stone gonna be unturned. And it's not no selfishness or nothing, but I'm thinking if they went through all this to try to take me out, and if God was asking me, well, it's your turn, dear, to figure out what you want to do, then we could just lift, let's beam me up, Scotty, and tear this shit up and let's rebuild it. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. Because it's not even a fact. It's about some people thinking on a world scale or on a nationwide scale that they could do something like that to one or a small group of people or something like this and you all rotten to the core. You don't deserve to even live. You don't. It ain't even just because it's me. It was if it was you was doing that to anybody, I say this a fucked up ass group of people. Somebody could just be hiding the fact that you have $1 million, but they didn't cause all this, brought us all this attention, caused this strife, this pressure on you or something like this, and say, oh yeah, we was just, we wasn't supposed to tell you. No, it ain't nothing that's going on with me in my life that I should not know about. If you could tell me, if 1 million people or 1,000 people that's watching me could tell me, that don't make no sense to me. That's something that's not right with that group of people. You wasn't playing, or you was waiting for me to die, or you was, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how small or big the group is, that shit that ain't gonna ride with me. And if it was a real man that really gave a fuck about his woman or something, once she started feeling or thinking something like this, or she about to leave, or she about to get hurt, or some of these women could even be about to try to hurt themselves, um, that's when you could just probably stop whatever you was doing. Because I feel like something is not bigger. Something is already prepared. A table is already spread. Somebody's using the fact that you're out in the loop and you are picking up on different people' energy and putting that out there and just sharing what you're feeling, what you're going through, so it could just be written properly, from what you can see and what information that you're getting, right? Somebody want to make it like, oh, you ruined it, you had the top spot and no, you did. Like, people can't fool. That's why I'm saying they can't fool me with it. I just think about shit on, it's not even thinking, it's just seeing stuff for what it is, man. Somebody could have accidentally did, do something, but the fact that we got transhumanism and mind controlling and stuff like this going on, it would definitely, it makes me feel like it's something like that more than somebody choosing someone else. This is about a whole lot of fucking money, man. A whole lot of power, positions, abundance. A whole lot of people that did something wrong that don't want to get punished, and they think that this is the way to go, man. But it's not. But there's also something that's so soft right now. It's like a love story. Somebody wants you to express yourself, but somebody wants you to express yourself, or they can just smack you in the face. It's that call me shit that we was talking about the other day. Remember? It's like, dude, if you want to say something, just say it right here. What? You know what I'm saying? You start, since you're so sure of it. Since you know all what's going on in the background, it's supposed to be a surprise to me, or I'm supposed to be the one that's supposed to be left stunned. You started off. Especially when it's seemingly that there's worlds. And with the art of war, it don't have to be that way, but it's seemingly. I feel like somebody enjoyed seeing me rip through motherfuckers and expose things as well. Um, in the hopes of like nobody's gonna like you now after this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and step in and take this position because all these people that's working together, they don't know everybody's full. They so busy looking at you or looking at me, they don't know somebody's full agenda for what they, these people might just think they were just doing this for whatever, but there's always something else lurking in the background that you don't see, you know. All this could just really been began to be something where a guy was trying to get his girl back or something like this after being, two worlds away from each other, or after had been through some kind of programming or something like this. um and something changed. To me, I'm starting to feel like a couple of these things were deaths because these people, or these people could be controlling the narrative in order to force this person to be away from you so long that they start falling for somebody else when they thought they could never even love anybody else but you, and then that turns into hate or spite or something like this, right? But like I said, sometimes I can see shit that's being planned from a mile away, and sometimes men don't be thinking like that. But let's not even make this about a male or a female energy. This is about people's own birthright to what they supposed to be doing here, their information and what God blessed them with. You see, these motherfuckers hate God so much, but you got to try to break into the vassal of God to have anything that you got in your fucking pocket right now for some of these people, starting with energy. And so they got their nerves. Uh, they got their nerves. And then to stand back there and just I be playing with these people that be sending this shit in through Pandora and be putting, try to send energy directly towards me. I be playing with these people, but sometimes I don't want to play with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back and forth with you. I'm tired of you. I don't like you guys. I don't like any of you people like that that's doing these things. You've already shown what you're worth or something by wasting your time doing something like that. And even if this was a love, like, dude, you already, um, it been 3 years or something. Like, man, you understand what I'm saying? So something has run its course here. Okay, these people are brainwashing people. They're also hiding people, killing people. Like, it's real. It's like people like it's fun and games. It's supposed to be start off something beautiful or something, but it's not that. No matter if nobody's talking about it no more or nothing is funny no more. It's 99% of these people that I'll say 75% of these people that, yeah, I put you up on the board. I don't feel no ways about it. I don't feel no ways about you or it. No way. It just had to be put up there that I just was pointing out something that maybe people need to know. A couple things from a different directions of what people might need to know or what they might need to see with their own eyes. But there's some of these people here, a handful of them or 25% of them that I could do without. And these might be the people that personally took something from me to prevent me from building something to be able to deal with or speak or help my people when they needed me. But again, it's almost like, oh, well, if the people don't like me or they don't want to need me or whatever, then I mean, I guess we're all done here, right? Dad, like, okay, I don't know what to tell you. So, mm this be like, I'm hearing shenanigans. This could all just be shenanigans. So I'm not gonna let you give me no fucking heart attack. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like it was never about proving oneself, but I feel like things have already been proven and there really ain't nothing else to talk about when it comes to that. So, mm and let's see what one of these words mean. Okay, so Let me see. Mm, oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Where did I put those glasses? Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's just break down just a couple of these words, or I'm just gonna scan over them. Dyeing a tawny. Okay, it says the tawny. Okay, is like the brownish yellow of tanned leather. Okay, a dark brown, or to tan the hide. So these could also be, they don't have to, oh, that's what I was gonna say. When we talk about this don't have to be the actual colors of somebody's skin, right? Because this is about an action here, to tan the hide, to whip. So these could be let's say why to the black and the tawny, okay? Black means dead in the eyes of law, allegedly. Tawny means also tan, to tan hides, to whoop, I'm a tan your hide. That mean like spanking or something like this, okay? So these could be people that somebody had to whip or beat or something like this to into submission, okay? And then we have red as of a warm or bright color resembling that of blood of the highest part of the primary rainbow, all right? And it says the shades of purple, crimson, scarlet, pink. Okay, and we know scarlet means rich or have ruddy or reddish skin. Okay, all right. Danish, okay, Dutch, German, mm, rust. It also says along with dead bread or lead. Okay, reed. I think that was a name that I put up yesterday, or we said something about this. Okay, brown, black, white. But this made me look at hold on. It says the colors of the flag are symbolic as well. Red symbolizes hardness. Okay. So like I said, hardness, or like I said, tanning your heart. Do you get what I'm saying here? Like it's hard to break this person or fool this person or trick this person. It's like Satan is this other country. Like I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's something like that here. But it also means the white symbolizes innocence and purity, okay, and the blue represents vigilance and perseverance. Excuse me. Somebody's name could be Vera, Sever, Severin, Seven, okay, and justice here. All right, so it made me think about the flag when I was reading red and white, okay. So I wanted to see what the red and white stripes mean. And then of course we got the blue with the little square with the stars in it. But again, stars, some of these stars will be of the water, or Mami Wata's children, which could be African, that comes around and wraps herself around America and try to squeeze ever since she's a child. If you look at the two images of Mami Wata and the child, I don't think it's the child. I think the child is America and the snake is Mami Wata. Using voodoo or antics or witchcraft or spell work to wrap itself around the justice system, the church, the everything, to wrap it around this empress. Yeah. And these people studying the things that I study, but they will never show this in public. On They're only showing this amongst people or something. They're trying to do something like this. Okay. Yeah. So it's saying here, um, It says, although we were told to love each other and forgive the enemies, but see, people feel like they could be forgiven for anything, and there's things in the Bible that say that you can't. The first place where you fucked up is you was messing with the Holy Spirit, but you thought you knew a secret or two about this person or a lifestyle or something like this, and you thought this person was not holy. This is what you thought. To for some people here, Herod was furious, realizing that he had been fooled by the men. Okay, what did he do with his anger in Bethlehem? Somebody name could be Beth or Beth. This could be this Beth Beetle energy or Beth Lee Ham. This could be Beth Lee or Lily Ham. All right, and its surrounding district. He had all. So this made me think about that. All off with that African Canadian or whatever that fucking shirt she had on in that interview. All right, and she said her friend Ashley gave her that shirt. So this might be this Ashley, this other tarot reader, or this could be a cousin energy here, alleged cousin. Um, he had all the male children killed who were 2 years or less. Now let's think about this. 217. This could also be to what's today? Mm, I had to turn off the phone to see. That was yesterday. Okay, that was yesterday. I think 217. Yeah, right. It's 222 on the clock. Okay. It says, fooled by the wise men. What did he do with his anger? In Bethlehem, he surrounded the district. He had all the male children killed who was 2 years old or less. But if you think about this, this is something totally different. We didn't went to something else, y'all. Okay, these are some things I just had to let out here. Okay, um, so how they say Russia ain't killing their children, the Chinese ain't killing their children, but somebody is killing yours. But if these people are Africans that think that they're gonna come over here and do what they're doing and populate or something, then well, I don't know. You understand? Somebody could be feeling like they was fooled. Somebody could be feeling like they was fooled by taking a certain wife or fooled by something here. Okay. These could also be males or masculine energies that were born or awakened within the past 2 years. You could be 42, you could be 22, you could be 82 and just coming through your awakening. But this is what this is. And like I said, somebody is telling the wrong person to turn something around. Because this killing could be killing, or this could be unplugging people from a system and forcing them to be in a cast down syndrome because you were intimidated by them or you were scared of their. The person that this has been done to is no way in shape and form guilty of what happened here. Okay, so just cut that shit out. Somebody is pure, persevering in their blood, sweat, and tears, and their ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears been on this soil, and they of the water. So somebody is the fire, water, air, and soil. Okay, so although they were told to love one another and forgive the enemies, Jesus was often quite angry. Jesus got very frustrated with his disciples. Matthew 17:7 reads, faithless and persevere, um, a perverse generation. How long must I be with you? How much longer must I put up with you? Jesus had a righteous indignation at the sellers in the temple. Okay, these could be people watching people to see who they want to. Yeah, John 2:15. So that's just past two. Okay, all right. In 16, it says making a whip out of the cord. He drove them out of the temple, sheep and cattle as well, scattered the money changers, coins, knocked their tables over, and said to the dove sellers, take all this out here and stop using my father's house as a market. Okay. Um, I don't know why I'm seeing like a drug deal. Okay. I just seen something like this. Stop using his father's house as a market. I'm seeing like a drug scale or I don't know, drugs or something on the table. Okay. Mostly Jesus was angry at the Pharisees. So the far ICs, pharmacies, mm, I ice or ice box or these could be private eyes, detectives, police, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Something about being fair as well. Then he looked angrily around them, grieved to find them so um obstinate, and said to the men, stretch out your hand. So this could again stretch out your hand. This could be that would sound like a whooping. Okay. Uh this also sound like what I was telling you about that story about my dad. I think the something was going on and going on at the like at my childhood house with this play sister. I remember something had been done or something and we had to get a spanking. And I think this is the first time I ever seen him do this with my dad do this with one of the other children or something here. Um but then I think the uncle got mad and had some words or something for my dad. So I don't know if somebody's saying I don't know. This is like confusing a little bit, so we're not gonna go all the way there. Okay, stretch out your hand. This could be me really calling out this person, really going, like saying, yeah, I know you got some y'all working with some female to do some. It's like lay that bitch. Like I don't know. It's something. Stretch out your hand could be like, yeah, I know you working with that bitch such and such, and you better make sure I get my shit because it's gonna be a fucking problem. It could be something like that. Okay, all right. But it's saying amazingly, Jesus never got angry with the woman. So I don't know. This is kind of. I mean, I really don't even want to go here unless I got my cards right here. This part should be preserved for that. Okay. Um, but he or she corrected 5 women. Okay, they were not rebuked. Some commentators, preachers have alleged Jesus only rebuked the wind, sea, the demons, unclean spirits, the fever, and men. Okay, so I don't know what this is talking about. Okay, um, like a thief in the night. This could have been Jesus or Yeshua or this Bergia, whatever energy, in this energy here. Okay, because men would be the standing energy here, whether they're female or male. Okay, first men or whatever like this. Okay, hmm. Now Jesus was more severe with his male disciples than any else. So maybe these males, because we'll all come back again, male or woman. When you die, you come back again. So if people was covering up their face or wearing cloaks or wearing veils or changing the way they look to hide from the sun, the anger of the sun or the wrath of the sun, do you understand what I'm saying here? A lot of these, that's why I keep saying a lot of these men is really women and women is really men. Okay. So it says he rebuked Peter, calling him Satan. So somebody could be saying that Lucifer or something to you or something like this, but it's all a setup. And none of these people is gonna be, yeah. It says um, having to burn up the Samaritan village. It says James and John for wanting to call down fire from heaven to burn up the Samaritan village. But again, this was also something that was said here. So again, like I said, there's something that's going on that's very strange here. Something could be it says Sam or Martin or Martian. Okay. Um Somebody's name could be Samantha. Okay. Um this is giving me the girl, that Mandisi, that weird girl that was Mandisi first baby mama. She remind me of this girl named Crystal, okay? That was married to one of my dad's wife's children, okay? He rebuked 11 male disciples for not believing the woman's testimony. So again, this could be a masculine energy or something standing up for a woman, or this could be a woman's, whatever this is. You see what I'm saying, okay? Now it's going to make a little, let us examine the verses pertaining the woman. Notice how Jesus leads them gently, no name calling, no nothing. But this is, you see what I'm saying? How did he? This is what I'm saying, because they know that when I was gonna do it, they already look in the future. This is just a quote page or an article here. They already know when I was gonna do it. I am going to, because this is a new This ain't that. That's why I'm saying this ain't the same. This is not the same. This ain't what I said. That's what I said. You understand? I'm not gonna play with you. I came here for something else. So you could try to soften the blow if you want to. It just ain't gonna happen here. You also trying to think, acting like you waiting for a man to come here and dismissing the fact that you got somebody here. Now, now, even if we say this is because woman in etymology could be men, women, and children as foreigners, but also, like I said, woman could be somebody with a womb. Okay, we could just be talking about somebody with a womb and boobs that was born that way, with the different makeup inside of your blood or your DNA or your makeup that was gonna allow you to have them one day, breast and all this other stuff. Okay, all right. So this could be also me lashing out, saying, I can't stand these months. When can I? Oh my God. You just gotta, oh God, you know, to just coming down here trying to, I'm not explaining myself. I'm just elaborating on what do you understand? If somebody says, it could be 100,000 people listening to me right now and I don't even fucking know it. So, it could be something just on my heart to say, come and try to explain just a little bit, not even explain, just lay it out what I really actually really extra mean. And I don't know what to tell you other than that. But this could be somebody using this as a point of not punishing women, foreign women, or other women for doing things that they were doing, like spell work. Maybe somebody is docile because they're under mind control. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this shit ain't funny. What people is laughing at, you don't never laugh at nobody like that, and laugh now, cry the fuck later every day. Matter of fact, that's making me think about that pen that I bought. And I keep on looking for that, because when somebody say, okay, I heard somebody say a long time ago, you got something that's cursed in your house, and every time I look, because I took a picture of that thing and it showed up double. I'm like, it's not two of these. I don't know. It was something about a picture or something. When I looked at that mask one day, it made a mirage or something like this. So I've been trying to think. Where did that pen go? In case it's in the house and it is cursed, I need to get it the hell out of here. But I cannot find it. And nothing nobody can do anyways, or whatever this is. If the shoe fit, you gonna wear that motherfucker all day. So I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, I think that's it I want to talk about. I'm getting tired now. I'm about to get off of here. Bye.